If you don't take into account these mistakes that I see so many people making, it can literally make or break your agency. I mean, the difference between having a life of abundance, having all of your financial dreams come true, or even if you're successful, they could be costing you tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. And they are so common, and there's so many of them, but I boiled it down to 4 that I see happening time and time again. And the thing is, I have made these same mistakes as well. Back when I was closing clients in person, driving in my little car, or when I showed them everything that I was offering, like my freelancer services or agency monthly reoccurring services, and they just didn't move forward and actually pay me. You could be spending so much time, money, effort, energy on all these outreach strategies, and you could be downloading different lists or scraping leads and reaching out to them and sending 100 DMs a day and doing all of this stuff only to show up on Zoom and then get completely ghosted and not get any clients. And now it feels like you're working for free for no reason. The very first one is talking too much. Now, I used to be guilty of this. I would show up to a meeting, I would have a whole slideshow presentation ready, or maybe if I was selling websites, I had this beautiful website I was gonna show them, and then I would tell them all the little bells and whistles. It's built on WordPress and it has these fancy images and these sliders and fancy stuff, and the client just did not care. I would talk 80% of the sales call, and I see so many people doing this. A sales call should be reversed. It should be on the flip side. The client that you are on the call with should be talking the majority of the time. They should be expressing themselves. They should be talking about themselves and their business. Everyone likes to talk about themselves, especially if they're an entrepreneur and they're a business owner, and you even compliment them a little bit and you just genuinely seem impressed. This is how to win friends and influence people 101. Be interested in other people. In fact, I even use these same strategies back when I was applying for different jobs. And that's why I virtually got any job that I wanted, even though I might have been less qualified on paper without some fancy college degree. I would always flip it around and find a way to ask the person that was interviewing me more questions and get them to talk about themselves. And they weren't used to that. It was a pattern interrupt. And now all of a sudden, psychologically, they liked me more. When you're on a sales call, the call should be about them. It's not a call for you to sit and go through all the stuff that you did for them or stuff that you could do for them, whether it's websites, SEO, social media marketing. Maybe you're just doing SaaS. It doesn't matter. Talk about them. Talk about their business. Get them to explain their pain points. People want to feel like you are listening, like you are understanding. And I would even ask in-depth questions that weren't even related to sales in that beginning stages. A lot of people think that building rapport is simply trying to bond with them on something. Oh, you like this football team? I like this football team too. No. That's not how you build rapport. Ask them more meaningful questions. So when did you start this company? Oh, wow, you started 5 years ago. Well, look, first things first, I just want to congratulate you for the success that you had. What inspired you to start this company instead of another one? How did you get started? You did all this by yourself? And if you seem more impressed in what they've done and their business, even their reviews, and you can say, wow, I read this review. Susie gave you a 5-star rating. She said this about your business. How cool is that? They are going to feel like you did your research and all you did was just Google their company, and now you know a couple things about them. Yet it is so powerful, which leads nicely into the next point that I have, which is you have to diagnose the person's problems. Don't just sell a fixed solution to everyone and think that it's just a copy and paste thing that you're gonna sell and attract every single person on the planet. You need to understand the art of having one product, but then focusing in on one specific pain point. So if you are selling reputation management or a website and they don't have a website, or maybe they have a website and you want to upgrade them that website, or maybe you want to talk about lead follow-up, right? All of these things you can do within GoHighLevel. But if you try to vomit all this information and all these different features and benefits on them, they're just not going to care. In fact, they're going to feel overwhelmed. But if you ask them, if you pull up their business and you pull up their competitor's business and you say, look, This is your reviews. These are your competitors' reviews. This is your website. This is your competitor's website. If you were a customer that didn't know either business, who would you move forward with? And by asking questions like this, you're going to start to understand them a bit better. Ask them, how long does it take you usually to respond to leads? How many of those leads do you close? How many of those leads actually turn into booked appointments? And now you can understand what they need. Maybe they need reputation management. Maybe they need a better website. Maybe they're running ads to a broken website, or they're running it to a funnel that clearly doesn't work that well. Now you can really focus in on that. And if they don't have a website at all, you can just sell the website and then sell lead follow-up. Sometimes it isn't even what the client thinks that they need, meaning they believe they have a problem with lead flow, but then when you ask them and when you actually look at their business, they have absolutely terrible reviews. And even if they are getting referrals, people just don't trust them. So you can sell them on like a more leads package, or you can sell them lead follow-up, and then in the back end, run Google review campaigns, because you know as the expert that this is what they need in today's modern day and age when everyone cares about online reputation. I remember one time I went to a conference and I met this guy that sells real estate, and the way he sells homes and houses, as you can imagine, it's really nothing new to sell someone a home. But what he did inside of a property is he would show them all around, and then he would ask that potential customer what they really liked about the house. He would ask them what they're looking for. Some people said that they just want a walk-in closet. Some people said they have a lot of shoes, so they want a lot of shoe racks. Some people really love having a good view, and they value that. Some people just want a really nice kitchen and a good walk-in bathroom, and they like marble, and they like how this looks aesthetically. And some people want just a bigger backyard. So what he did is he would take that person and he would focus in exactly on what it is that they want. So if they said they really love the view, they walk up to the window and they just admire the view, they admire the trees and everything around it. Then when it came time to close and when it came time to collect payment from that client, he would bring up the view. So this is the property, and remember, it has that amazing view that you know and love. It's very difficult to get this specific view because how the house is angled and how the sun hits it, and so it's extremely rare. Even though it might have everything else, a big backyard and a walk-in bathroom, they wouldn't care because that's what they care about. And that is the definition of solving for a problem and giving them what they want/need. The third point is not giving enough volume. This is one of the most common mistakes that people make on sales calls. You should view these as literally a paid consultation call. I want someone to walk away thinking, holy cow, this guy gave me so much information. He told me so much about my business that I didn't know, that he must be the expert. A lot of times, these business owners aren't Googling their competitors. They're not pulling up Facebook ads library or these different spy tools online that allows us to see the ads of our competitors. So even if you go on Google and you just type in their business and their competitor's business and you pull up a bunch of websites and you pull up other people's reviews and what they're saying and you just bring it to them and you show them, look, this is what I found about your competitors. They're running ads on this platform. They're running ads on that platform. Here's the exact Facebook ads that they're running. How cool is this? Now they can get this back-end data that they've never seen before. And it's funny because a lot of times this is so simple. I mean, literally, even if maybe you don't offer Facebook ads, you can pull up the Facebook ads library and just type in their niche, right? If they're a chiropractor, just type in chiropractor and show them, look, all over the US, these are the top ads. This is what's running right now. So maybe in the future, we could even run this for you. Or this competitor, ABC Roofing down the street, they have 105 reviews and you have 5. Do you really think they're manually asking reviews? No, they have an automated system that's getting the reviews. And if you go to their website, you'll see their phone number number is this size at the top right. When we go to your website, your phone number is tiny and it's towards the bottom. Of course, no one's gonna call you. They can't even see your phone number. Or maybe you can even fill out the form and say, this is broken. I can't even fill this out properly. And so as you can see, you are acting almost as a consultant. I'm not going down some slide deck. I'm going in and I'm genuinely helping them and I'm pointing out things. And this also falls nicely in line with the earlier points that we had about them talking about themselves, because now you can ask them questions and you can use what's called the Socratic method to sell them, which is all based around questions and your interest in them. And this is so powerful because it allows them to come to the conclusion on their own. They don't feel like you're trying to persuade them. You're asking them questions and they on their own are coming to a conclusion that they need your services. And the last one is not pushing for some kind of close towards the end of the call. And this doesn't have to be necessarily with money. You at least want to close them on having another meeting with you and then scheduling that into their calendar. Look, a lot of people have so many excuses on sales calls. They have to talk to their dog, their wife, their spiritual leader, who knows, their parents. You just never know. They always have to speak with someone. Or they give you some random excuse that doesn't even make sense. Send me a proposal, send me the contract. You can ask any seasoned sales veteran and they'll tell you that your chances of closing a client after you get out of a meeting with them go drastically down. So you want to get some type of commitment, even if it's just another meeting with them. But try to overcome those objections 1, 2, maybe 3 times. And then if they're still not budging, then go in and book that next meeting. And what I want to invite you to do is introduce some kind of scarcity into your offer. What we do at our agency is we tell clients that we only work with one company per area. And so what that means is if they came in from ads, or even if we reached out to them, right? Maybe you're sending emails or doing DMs, you can tell them, look, I reached out to you. I also reached out to a bunch of your competitors. Now look, I already got to know you and I'm already speaking with you. I would prefer to work with you, but if we don't move forward today, one of your competitors might come in and sign up with us and then we won't be able to work together. I'll be forced to work with them. But even if you leave me a small deposit of $100 or $200 today, what we can do is I can save your spot and then you can let me know your decision on whatever date they give you. Maybe they need till Wednesday to think about it, and you can give them that time and even let them know, by the way, after Wednesday, if you don't want to move forward with us, that's completely okay. I'll just refund you that deposit that you left with us. What this does is it locks in your spot with our company, and then we're not going to take any more meetings with your competitors. This has worked extremely well and it's been extremely powerful. Now, of course, I've had clients that I've gotten off the phone with and then 2 days later they came back and they signed up fully and they didn't leave any deposit or anything. But overall, you want to use this as a general rule of thumb. And sometimes what we'll do is we'll even tell a client, look, let's get started today. And if you want to think about it, that's perfectly fine. On the next call, when we onboard you, if for whatever reason you don't like the first draft of whatever it is that you're offering, maybe it's Facebook ads, if you don't like the creatives or the ad copy, if it's a website, if you don't like the first draft of the website, that's perfectly fine as well. We'll just refund you this payment that you sent to us. Now, of course, you want to be careful with this. Don't offer this immediately, but if they have objections, then you can offer it. If you want to see calls of me actually closing clients live, I'm going to link that up right here.